Hi, Yvonne.
Hi, Anis. How are you?
Good. How are you?
Good
Hi,
too.
Yvonne. Excited for the long
Hi, Rodan.
holiday?
Well, it's short for me.
Oh, okay. At least you have holiday.
Oh, yeah. I have to say, yeah, that's true. I have three consecutive like long weekend.
Yes, three long weekends. We also
Yeah.
are. Mhm.
Yeah, that's the thing about Malaysia lah. Nothing great except lots of public holidays.
And birthdays.
Yeah. So we don't get our birthday break, but others people birthday we celebrate together. Yeah, that's the point.
True. So,
Oh,
mm.
okay. Now, uh, okay. Let me
Okay, I think
open.
you managed to get our agenda, right?
Yes, I got it already.
Hmm.
So today we start with trade show first.
Yeah.
Okay, what's my email?
Okay, is there any feedback from Tim about Soledex?
I thought I sent already. Did you receive it?
Yeah, but anything updated after that?
No. So basically, in my conversation, I can feel like he's quite reluctant to like say more on what we are actually doing for the current issue. Like he's quite conservative of sharing what they are doing in terms of strategy. So I did propose like let's talk about how we can do it, how we can actually support. Then
Mm-hmm.
yeah, he said he's fine with that to do it that way. But then I say that we can say how Honeywell can support, how capable Honeywell is. Then we mention how we can actually support some of their platforms. Then he did mention to me saying that let's try not to mention the platform. So is that okay from a PR perspective? Do you see an issue on that? Like we try to
Uh,
position our narratives and key messaging and talking points like more on what we can do, what we are capable of doing. Like let's say if you want to talk about satcom, so what we have done in globally, how we bring the global expertise to the region itself. Give some examples instead of saying what we are targeting in the market.
yeah, can. But I mean, uh, we would still have to talk a little bit about what we are targeting in the market, or at least what we can do in Korea, or what we have done in Korea. Because if we are talking to the Korean media, there needs to be a bit of the context there, ma.
Yeah, that's for sure. So,
Yeah.
so I think what we can do right now is to position our talking points and key messaging more on
Okay.
what we can do, what are the global or if better, if there's a region success story we can put in as example. We have done that for this Air Force, for that Air Force. So we are already capable for this, how our product can support. Yeah, I think that can be a focus. Then slowly I can brief him and say you might want to brief in. Yeah, because of that, we are looking at how we can provide help to improve the maybe C-130 for the Korean Air Force. Yeah, something like that.
Okay. Can.
So more on yeah, and another point for talking points, right? Because the previously the proposal you all sent is very detailed, and which I think it's good. But on at the same time, do you think it's better if we position it that way, like combine talking points as well as how you know how you put it? You put like the region political situation, then second one is the defense context in Korea, then how Honeywell can support um this situation. So I was thinking, do you think it would be easier for team if we combine, like how Honeywell can support this part, we combine the key messaging instead of breaking it out again and repeat everything? What do you think?
Combine the key messaging together.
Yeah, and so when team goes through the key messaging document, the briefing document, he will read it as, okay, so this is what happened, the regional political context, and then this is what the Korea government is doing right now for defense, what they are planning to do, then how Honeywell can. So it's like a full story. Do you think that's better, or it's better we go with the previous version where that's the overview, then the separate part is key messaging and talking points? I'm thinking from team's point of view lah, because teams don't like a lot of words for sure already.
Yeah.
So yeah, I don't want to make him feel like we are repeating most of the messaging.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's one of my suggestions. I think we can think whether that's a better way, or is there a better way to, yeah.
Okay, can. I guess our like, for us we are okay to jump straight into the key messaging points, right? But the question is whether or not team needs the additional background context of what's happening in the region, especially because Korea has quite a few stuff ongoing.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like because you remember how you break down and the three parts political. Yeah, what I mean is earlier, like for example Taiwan show, what we did is we have to break down, then we have a separate session saying that key messaging and talking points.
Yeah, correct.
So now it's like whether we want to combine the third breakdown together with key messaging and talking points. So it's like we outline it as an overview. He read it like a story.
Yeah.
He can understand the background, the political tensions, then Korean context. That's why we are talking about how Honeywell can support. Yeah, I was thinking that way.
Oh yes, okay. Then yes, sorry. Yes, we will do it in that format. The reason why we didn't do it in this format for ADEX was because we haven't really built out the key messaging to that point yet. So that's why it was positioned more as where Honeywell can play a role in this talking points kind of thing. But now that we are all agreed on it, then we'll build it out in the same format as TED.
Yeah, but just combine, because TED we separate the key messaging. Yeah, I thought it would be better to combine so that because this time I can see how he works. Usually this how Teams works. He'll be seeing then he has to read the separate part on key messaging. He might confuse what you actually want me to say. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that's how he works sometimes. Yeah, I'll send you all the breakdown of the platforms, the table. Yeah, I'll try to find it and send you that one so we can include that as usual. Yeah. Okay. So how about the R&R? Like when you will be sharing that with me?
We'll share it with you tomorrow.
Okay, and the narrative?
Narrative next week.
Early next week.
Yeah, early next week.
Okay. Yeah, because I need the narrative to go through with Adam and see whether it's good to go to the media or not, given the political tension. Yeah. Okay. So I have the media list already. Okay, so that's what I'll do. And just for background information, I know that they are trying to avoid touching on platforms, but there's some ongoing program that Honeywell is looking into, as you know, the CH47, C130, and then there's also UH60, right? But according to the sales guy, right, UH60 seems unlikely to happen that soon, like the government might cancel the project or what, but it's still okay for us to mention how capable we are to support. But yeah,
Yeah.
that's just background information. Yeah.
Okay, can. So we'll just focus on the C130 and the other one.
Yes. But more on finding out what Global has done and how success we are. Like we actually tweak we position our messaging differently this time.
Mm.
Yeah, try to see how capable we are. Then why Honeywell has a long-standing legacy overseas, and now we are trying to get into the military market in the region. I think, yeah, that's the thing. And also the F-35, and also the indigenous platform. Yeah, how we are capable to support indigenous. Yeah.
Okay. Then, Yvonne, for pre-show interviews, is team open to doing those?
Good question. I did not ask him this. Um, you mean phone call or email?
Both lah. Because usually, remember for trade shows, we usually do pre-show pitching, right? We'll reach out to those people who
Yes.
are attending the show, to do our regular media contacts and see whether we can find out who's attending, and then see whether we want to offer them pre-show interviews.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah.
I can check with him again if we can have the latest messaging. I think that's the thing that he wants to confirm all this while.
Okay. Can.
Yeah, you get what I mean? Yeah.
Yeah.
Because he really like seems very careful in terms of media interview nowadays. Yeah. So that's we need to assure him and say, yeah, I know. Always the assurance part lah. Nowadays, they said double and
Yeah.
triple assure that it won't bring negative but positive.
Yeah. I think after TED, everybody he's scared already.
Yeah, Japan, Ted, all this while, it's always a challenge. You all know that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
he'll be on holiday until next Monday. So yeah, if we can have a draft, maybe on narrative or something, then I'll try. If he's in the office, I'll try to meet him and just talk to him and see whether he's okay. Yeah.
Okay. Can. Okay.
And usually it
Can
will
you
be email interview, right?
It depends lah. I mean, we can set up a phone interview, but if he prefers, we can do email interviews. It's
Okay.
just that email interviews, um, sometimes they, depending on whether it's news media or trade media, sometimes the timeline is a bit short.
Yeah, true.
So, and then Honeywell needs like 10,000 rounds of approval. So,
Yeah, I know. And then the lack of
yeah,
information and everything, and then
yeah,
having spokespeople doesn't see the importance. That's the most challenging. I find. Yeah.
yeah. So, I mean, we can push for email interviews, but again, it depends on who we secure it with, right? Like trade media, they are usually quite okay to give you a longer lead time to get back, but news media generally has a shorter deadline. So depending, then we would see what the journalist is more comfortable with, but we can try to push for emails where possible.
So usually email, would you suggest like trade, like for trade to cover in advance, or usually news to cover in advance better? I feel like
News
news to cover you're capable in advance, it might get attention. I'm not sure.
usually trade will definitely do advanced stories, as well, and then they may follow up with a on-site or follow-up story after. News, it depends. It
Okay.
Yeah, it depends on what it is, but usually the news stories will be timed to come out around the time of the trade show. So we can start pitching in advance, and then At least that gives us a bit of a longer lead time to get back to the news desk.
Okay, so it's based on executives availability and translator availability as well.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Just share with me the update narratives and maybe a proposed idea. Then I
Yeah.
can talk to Tim on that. Yeah.
Okay, can. Okay, then the other item on our list, the MRO APEC,
Okay, I
yeah,
think we can start with the narrative drafting and start engaging media. Just that I need to get clearance on the media list because it's top tier media. I'll try to send a chaser tonight again to Adam and see whether we need to go through Nina on that. But so far so good. I've spoken with who is he? Andrew just now, and he's okay with our proposal to do an interview to highlight our MRO offering in the region and yeah, Forge. So and I did check with him about spokesperson, and he still prefer Paul. And if let's say it's a Singapore version, so Paul is definitely the best spokesperson. So yeah, it depends whether yeah, so I did go through the media earlier. So we have some trade media and we have two proposed news media, if not mistaken, Business Times and okay, I can't remember one more. So are we targeting more on trade and not much of news? I was thinking maybe it would be good if we include more maybe Singapore news media just to get attention because
okay.
it's
Yeah,
about like MRO business.
yeah, we can get back to you later with some additional news media that we can potentially target in Singapore, based in Singapore that we can potentially target. So if it's Paul Neff, then I think it's
Mm-hmm.
we can hit more of the news media. But let's have a think about it. Just thinking of the broadcast people. I think previously we were holding off on it because we wanted to push Andrew for some of these interviews, I think.
I can't remember. I know we hold off of like delays, but MRO because it's September, it's quite difficult as well. Yeah, but I was thinking since it's about Forge, right? It's quite new. Do you think it's better to have group interviews? So easy?
No. I would like
No,
to say
okay.
yes, but unfortunately it is such that it's very hard nowadays for us to get group interviews. Uh,
Ah,
yeah,
okay,
it's much easier
okay.
to do one-on-one, even though it's very time consuming.
Okay, yeah, because my aim for this, right, since it's about how Honeywell venture into this Forge and bring better solution for the airlines group, I thought it might be a good opportunity if we can hit more exposure,
Okay, fair.
yeah, on this. Because once there is media publish it, probably the rest of the media might say they have announced it. I have not much of info, but given that now it's still new, it's still fresh, people might want to know, hey, what is this? How it can help the airline industry? Probably, I think this could be the best timing to get more exposure. Just to say that this is in the in it's out in the industry. That's the solution. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, then the next one after that is the Go Direct Trade. So I did send across the updated narratives.
Okay. Also coming back to Forge, right? recently I did share a good global reference material. One is the newly launched Honeywell Unplugged, which is the Spotify
Yeah.
interview version. And I think it's this week or last week they just launched another, not launched, they just released another interview podcast on Honeywell Forge. So probably that would be a good reference as we prepared or try to um, um, identify what would be the best narrative. Yeah, just for your information.
Right. Okay. Can.
Okay, go direct trade, narrative 1 and narrative 3. I'll reply the email, but basically there is not, for me it's okay, just that I feel that it's slightly long, probably that
Mhm.
I'm just reading from a reader perspective, it seems too cluttered. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah,
But
we were
basically
just we were just thinking that it's I mean because it needs to go through like corporate approval and everything, right? So it's easier. I mean it's better for us if it's a bit lengthier, then we can cut short and abbreviate it, rather than it be too short and then it doesn't get approved because it's too short and then we will have to lengthen it again.
okay, yeah. Then shouldn't be an issue.
Okay, can we start
Um,
to go direct trade already also?
uh, Sorry?
No, so after you reply the Go Direct Trade email, then we can start pitching already, or
Yes, but also I believe we'll get approval at the same time on the proposed media together with, because I sent Adam one shot that email earlier. Yeah,
okay,
on the media list. Yeah, once that's approved, yeah, we can start to pitch it to the media.
okay,
Yeah, but the main thing I want to position also the same thing, like how Go Direct Trade is actually a aviation problem solver for the business, blah blah. Yeah.
mm,
And for
okay.
narrative too, I know that we media might not seem interest to it. Do you think we can actually reposition it or use the other two narratives just to see whether media might be interested in a different angle, because it seems like it's still a technology or blockchain platforms.
Uh, hmm.
So that we don't waste like our target media, but then give them a different angle. Probably they might be
Yeah,
interest, like try to position.
we will follow up with them with the Go Direct Trade, the narrative one, and see whether they are interested. But the last we tried to speak to them, they weren't very interested in the story. But let's see what we can offer. If it's
Okay,
not Go Direct Trade, maybe it's something else.
yeah, is there a reason like why they're not interested, or they see it as just another platform promotion?
Yeah, they do kind of see another platform promotion, but I guess it's also because at the point of time when we shared, we didn't share across like specific customer needs or data.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Yeah, probably I would suggest we try to reposition it more on a new solution, and yeah, how Honeywell started it. Yeah, and try to see whether they would still be keen.
Okay.
How it can be an enabler for buyer and seller, um is a an enabler for them to buy the parts lah, I would say. Better customer experience, etc. How it improves the aviation industry. Yeah.
Okay.
Like how Honeywell innovates, and also to ensure maybe it's important to have blockchain because also to have all documented materials to ensure safety because all these parts goes up to the aircraft, right? Yeah, maybe a more layman kind of positioning. Just a suggestion, yeah.
Okay, can.
Okay, flight delays. Um, let's discuss this probably next month.
Okay.
Yeah, but in
Yeah.
the meantime, we can start gather more information. But definitely, this is something we can leverage the upcoming year and holidays and start pitch it maybe next month. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's just that which market are we going to focus? That's the thing. We can think around it. Yeah.
Can. Then the Air Nippon one. So that's the one that still we saw Emma's recap yesterday. Still pending the customer's approval, right?
Yes, yes, yes. But
Okay.
I'm not sure whether you all got a chance to like have a look at the draft. I don't get it. Yeah.
No.
No, right. Yeah, but I read an email from Zijun because they are trying to arrange for customer for the flight visit, right? The 757. So I did read that email that they are also trying to get success story from Cathay Pacific. So let's see if there is one. I will share status with you all lah.
Okay.
Because KP is part of the Forge customer. That's what I understand. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, chat gala interview opportunities. Okay, I've run that with Andrew and he did get he has the concern and he did get the point is whether this should be a completely BGA kind of interview and then we support. I did mention to him because of the target audience also includes some of the airlines CEOs or top levels decision
Yeah.
makers from airlines. So it's better for us to position Honeywell Aerospace as a whole, then within some of the BGA messaging. But still, given the magazine target audience,
Yeah.
he still don't want us to go beyond Amit. So I was wondering, I think the better way for us to do it, do you think it's possible for us to pitch to the editor or journalist just to say that, do you think is it possible we can have maybe Paul Neff to talk about Honeywell Aerospace as a whole, and if she's keen, we can also arrange like someone from BGA to talk about BGA, then she can maybe combine the stories. Do you think that's a better approach, or yeah, or do you have any
I
other
think
suggestion?
I think at this stage, right, because it's such an open-end thing, like it's okay if Amit goes to have that lunch chat and then talks about um, whatever he wants, and then lay the stage, and then we can pitch for an interview with Paul Neff after that.
Oh, so you would suggest to have Amit to talk on
Well, I mean, because the editor has made it she did mention before that she's open to any topic to talk about. She's open for the spokesperson to talk about any topic, whether it's related to aviation or not, right? But of course, given that her readers are all very high level people who who are in the aviation industry as well as travelers and all, they would still want to hear some form of aviation news. So on that front, as long as the spokesperson does mention some of the BGA messaging, whether it's about connectivity or actually, yeah, connectivity is probably the best one. Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah. So at least then the spokesperson can lay the stage and kind of like get her interested in finding out more about connectivity. So at least once someone should run a story about how, she had lunch with this industry executive who really highly recommends connectivity. Then we can follow up with a pitch or a more in-depth interview with Paul or Amit or even Andrew.
Okay. We are thinking
Yeah, 'cause
whether we can actually leverage the opportunity to pitch maybe two stories or two combined one combined stories, just to maybe like what you say, for Paul to introduce Honeywell Aerospace as a whole, then follow up by a specific story on how Honeywell improves the business jet industry with connectivity, with a lot of jet-wave stories. Yeah. Are you on mute?
yeah.
Yeah.
No, no, no. Yeah. Yeah. Because the only thing is just that because she has already more or less expressed her interest in this lunch, right? So instead of just canceling out this lunch,
Yes,
have
of
that
course.
have the executive just go for lunch and then we can just pick easy topic for him to discuss with her. Then at least, there's something out of it, and then, use that opportunity to also try and see whether she's interested in a more in-depth story with Honeywell.
Yeah,
So,
specifically on BGA side. Can I say that? Yeah.
yeah.
Okay, then it makes sense to me right now, like to focus more on Honeywell news for the industry, maybe to weave in Forge and everything, and at the same time, after that lunch, maybe your team can actually soft sound the media, saying that given they have the right target audience, do you want to share more how Honeywell can improve through our connectivity for business jets and all those? Maybe she might be interested. Then we can arrange maybe an email interview or something, yeah,
Yeah,
with
but who would be
BGA
the
Fox.
person? But then who would be the person fronting the lunch?
Right now, if it's a basic introduction, I think Paul still is the best spokesperson. Then if
Okay.
it's a BGA focus after that, probably we can propose a maybe email interview,
Amit.
or yeah, or Amit. Yeah, I need to check email interview with Amit or Shashank lah. Usually these two. Meat is the best, definitely, but we need to secure that opportunity, which means it might need your teams up to actually like secure two interviews, but we need whether the editor want to do two stories or two combined into one story. Yeah, she can decide.
Uh,
But
she,
we want to give her that options, or give her that knowledge that we can share two interesting story for her. Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, so right, Singapore media, you can't really like hard sell them. So since she's already said that the lunch will likely result in a story by itself, so we use
Mm-hmm.
Paul, and then we kind of just give Paul some pointers as to, or keep messaging that we would like him to talk about. And then Paul's a very good spokesperson, right? And he's very
Yes.
conversational as well. So through Paul, get her more to share more about what Honeywell is like doing in terms of like BGA, that kind of stuff, updates and everything. And then from there, after the interview, then we follow up with her to offer her a more in-depth interview with Amit or Shashank. Cause
Yeah.
right, yeah. Cause if we try and hard sell her right now by offering both, then chances are she'll say no lah.
Yeah. But if
Yeah,
it's
but that's the
Paul
goal lah.
fronting that lunch, yes. But if Paul fronting that lunch, which means to avoid all this internal politics or protocol thing, we will just within we have the presence in BGA, but not
Yes.
explaining much. Maybe what we can do is to let the editor know that Paul mainly focus on airline before that interview, before that lunch. Yeah.
Yeah. Can, yeah, because I think the story that Paul probably wants to drive here is that, he's
Hello? Hello? I can't hear you. I can't hear you.
Hi, Yvonne.
Hi.
Accidentally moved the phone and then got disconnected from the phone line. Yeah, so what I was gonna say is that agreed with you. So we will let the we will definitely give the editor a heads up. But like Paul, he has a very he's very passionate about
Aviation gig.
aerospace.
Yeah.
So his story can really, I mean, he can really talk about how Honeywell is like all
As a
about
whole.
activity
Yeah.
becoming software. His experience in the aviation industry and how he has seen it change over the years. That kind of like broader Honeywell
Yes.
story lah. And talking about how connectivity as a whole is not just driving Honeywell forward, but and it's not just connectivity for business jets, but it's across all areas of aviation as well. So really just setting the stage for Amit and Shashank to go in and talk about BGA stuff. No?
Yes.
Mm.
Yeah. So basically, it's for Paul to the interview content basically will be what Paul explained to us earlier. It's like basically how Honeywell goes in and how Honeywell created that connected aerospace thing.
Yeah, correct.
Yeah. Yes. Okay. Yeah. Then connected aerospace across the 3 business unit: defense, business jets. Yeah. Blah blah. Yeah. Yes, I agree with that.
Okay, Ken. Then the next one after that is the RMAF visit.
Okay. No updates as of now. Tentative date is October 22nd. But then,
22nd?
because it involves, October 22nd, but because it involves corporate right now, so Brian Davis is not available October 22nd. So I have no idea when will be the next new date. Yeah. So far. And then I did spoke to Adam on the. Did I mention to you team's concern about the media interviews?
Yeah.
Yeah, I did spoke to Adam and seek his advice on whether we should proceed with such kind of media interview that would result a coverage that specifically highlight Honeywell's strong presence in the country. What Adam actually suggests is to connect him and Tim so that he can hear personally from Tim what's his concern to decide whether we should do a media interview or not. So yeah, that's which I agree that might be the best plan right now to find out whether we should do a media interview on that. So because Tim is on leave, I have not connect him with Adam. Yeah.
Ah.
Hmm.
Oh, okay. Ken.
So yeah, I know the process is long, but yeah, everything is not confirmed yet because it involves too many party and yeah, because it involves government officials as well. So a lot of planning is impending. Okay.
And then the last
Then
media training.
spokesperson media training. Yes. So I've spoken with Andrew and he's available. He can't do anything until November. So he did suggest first or second week of November. He says if possible, let's try Friday because Friday is less
Busy.
less hectic. Less hectic for the team. I think that's what he says. So probably we can start to fix a date, and then I can try to send out an email to lock everyone's date. And about the spokesperson list, he did suggest a few more names, but let me go through with you. Give me a second.
Okay. I like Fridays too.
Well, it's more chill.
Yeah, but
And you can extend. Yeah, let me open
yeah,
the
it's all about extending, right? No, but actually November works as well. Remember initially we were talking about a planning session in November?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so I guess if we're doing it for November, we can always extend the session internally for us. Us as in like us and you and whoever else is happy to be involved for the planning session for Singapore Air Show or next year or whatever it is.
Yeah, yeah, I think that can be arranged. Maybe like also for
Concurrently, yeah.
I
I
think
mean,
what
since
I
you're
can
going to be
propose
there.
to and Andrew, yeah, I maybe I can propose to Andrew like is for everyone to align his priorities next year also.
Yeah.
So if he has time, I want to block his full day,
Yes.
and then maybe after training we can have the session. Yeah, I think that can be a good approach. But first of all, I need because everything is unsure right now to
Yep.
confirm whether we are doing Singapore Air Show and how
Yeah.
long we are holding that contract for next year.
Yeah. So
So yeah,
the last time we spoke to the global team about it, I think they said that
work
they said
something out.
September, yeah. They said to revisit that in September or so.
Yeah, that's the thing. So yeah, that's something we can find out. But which I believe November also it's better, so it gives us some time to um arrange and plan and everything. Okay, let me open up that list. Give me a second. Too many emails. Yeah, spokesperson. Sorry. Do you have any meeting later? If not, we can reschedule or
No,
through
we're
email.
fine.
Okay, wait. Sorry, give me a second.
It's okay.
Okay, so confirm from ATR is like proposed list. I don't know their availability yet. Andrew and Lok Chi Kyong.
Yeah.
Then he suggests to have Lokesh, who is actually the aftermarket business director, which I think he says he's quite same with the position or what he do is quite similar to Lok Chi Kyong, so which I think is good to have more backup. Then he also suggests Rohit. He's actually like the country. He managed the business aftermarket business country manager for Singapore and Malaysia. And he manages channel partner too. I did tell Andrew that we don't really endorse channel partner. We try to avoid um, saying anything about channel partners. But then the reason why he proposed these two names is also to have more backups or more people that can speak about the business.
Yeah.
So do you think that's an issue? I think it's okay because we don't know sometimes when it's more hectic or when there's show we can have more at least people who are already media trained and ready and are qualified to speak to the media, which I think it's okay. I did mention to him about the cost, so yeah.
Yeah, I mean, as long as he's willing to pay the cost, right? But Lokesh is fine because he's the APAC aftermarket sales director, is it?
Let me check. Are you on LinkedIn?
Yes.
Lokesh.
Okay. But for Rohit,
Yeah.
even though we don't really engage with channel partners, if he's in charge of channel partners, he will most probably have to attend a lot of the channel partner events and stuff, right? So
Yeah.
it will still be
Sometimes.
good for him to be media trained, so at least he knows what he should or should not be saying at these events where there are potentially media
Ah.
present.
So basically, it's like to prep them and always be ready no
Yes.
matter whether there's video
Yes,
opportunities. Yeah, we
because
should be.
yeah, exactly. Because a lot of times, right, these salespeople, they don't, I mean, they know that they know that there are media there, but they are usually there to sell and to make relationships and everything. So sometimes they may or may not accidentally say stuff that, media might accidentally pick up or someone else might pick up. So it's we do find it's useful to have these people, the salespeople especially, trained on what they can or cannot say or should not say when they are out in public.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, that's very helpful recommendation, thanks. Yeah, then Zijun, he did suggest to let him join the China Corporate Organized Media Training, but I also mentioned that because he focused more on APAC. So in the end we agreed that we let Zijun to decide whether he wants to join the Aero Pacific in Malaysia or China. So yeah, Zijun. Then he did suggest to have another salesperson who reports to Zijun but focus on connected aerospace. But I did say that it's better to have higher ranked person, right?
Yeah.
So we shouldn't train a lower, not a salesperson. Okay. Then okay, so basically that's the thing. So we are taking out Satesh, and then Shifang and Davis Young, he agreed that, yeah, we take out Satesh.
Poor thing.
Huh? Yeah lah, we all know that since the beginning. Yeah. So long I didn't see him.
Yeah.
Okay. And anyway, then Davis Young and Shifang, he said go to the China one, which I agree. Okay. Okay. And then BAP, I have not spoken to him. And then yeah, but according to the email that Adam sent, not to push so hard lah. So but moving to November, let's see if he's free. I will encourage him to join. Then Amit is on holiday. I'll send to Shisheng them to secure. Yeah, so basically we now have 1, 2, 3, 4, around 7. 7, can we do it in one session or you prefer to?
Prefer 2 sessions, but I think we can squeeze onto one day lah.
Yeah, then we longer the time.
If it's really only 7 people, then we can definitely squeeze into one day lah. But if it's anything more than 7, then I think it's really better to have it in 2 days.
Okay, so Jem will be the trainer, and around when I can expect at least the preliminary training material just to go through, because in the end the final training material have to go through Robert, Adam, etc. But I believe, yeah,
Why?
training material.
Why would the training materials have to go through Adam and Robert and the rest?
I thought that's the standard process, because earlier they did say that share us the training material. Yeah.
Okay, that one I
They
need to
don't?
check, because usually okay, so from my understanding is that we can share the training materials after the training session, but we don't
Okay.
usually share it before. And the ones that we at the very most, the parts that we can share are like the messaging lah, because that's just to make sure that we are all aligned on what's the messaging that we want us to coach to your
Okay.
alright. But the
Okay.
full-
Okay, you check already, you let me know.
Okay, can.
Yeah, then at least I can go back to them and say, unfortunately we can't share, but these are the things that they are going to train them. Yeah, probably if let's say we really can't have a look at the training materials. Yeah.
Yeah. Did BCW share the training materials before the training?
Sorry.
Did IPG?
IPG, I'm not sure. Did IPG do any of the
I
Oh,
thought,
IPG is only
uh,
corporate, no?
yeah, so like when they did the corporate training session last month, right? Did they share the materials with you with the Honeywell
Uh,
people?
the one is the Essence Burston Stella. I'm not sure. I need to check with the PR girl.
Oh,
Yeah, but yeah, one more thing that I need from y'all. I did have the question earlier. I think Lincoln did mention to me before the training, right? We can have you all have actually some questions like expectation to gather expectation from the spokesperson, the spokespeople. What are the expectations that they want out of this training? There are a couple of questions, right? Probably that's what I need from y'all as well. I have existing one from Global, from other trainers, yeah, so that I can combine it.
wait, sorry. So you want us to send you the questions so that you can ask the Honeywell people attending what are their expectations, is it?
Yeah, something like that. I think Lincoln mentioned to me before. Yeah, he did say he wanted to share me that questions also. That might help. Yeah.
Yeah, Lincoln. Yeah, I'll check with Lincoln.
Oh yes. Yeah, so now I think for next step is to confirm maybe you can just confirm with me later after you check when would be the best date. Uh Andrew did mention that week of November 4 is the best lah.
Week of November.
So maybe yeah, so maybe 8th of November.
Yeah.
If not it will be the next week lah after. Yeah. Yeah, once that confirmed, then I can try to lock down everyone's schedule.
Can.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, we should be able to give you a confirmation on the dates by tomorrow. I don't think that. Wait, let me just check Jem's calendar now. Hang on. Jem.
Do we have Jam's profile?
Your.
And also I heard that Global is flying someone down, is it?
It's not confirmed. I don't know why they're. Wait, who said that? Did Global say that or did Adam say that?
I thought you say that. I forget who says that already.
Oh, it might have been Lincoln as well. I can't remember. But basically, Global is thinking of sending someone down, but it's not confirmed yet because internally they need to see whether they need to first decide who they want to send down, and who they want to send down is dependent on who is attending. So they have asked us a lot of questions, and we tried to give them as much responses as we can. So all this that you have shared with us will help further lah. But it also depends on who on their side is free.
And if they fly down someone, are they going to be the trainer or what?
Okay, so here's the thing, right? Global suggested, or rather, they said that they could fly someone down. So they suggested it, not that we asked for it. They suggested it, and then they came around and asked us who do we want and why and what do we want this person to do, and we were just like, huh? So confusing, but
Well, if you ask me, I will say who is the better trainer than who lah.
yeah, no. So to be perfectly honest, the role that we see the Global person playing, if Global comes down, is really as the Honeywell expert, right? Because the Global team has more experience dealing with Honeywell Aero than any of us here in APAC.
Oh yeah.
Some of them have been on the account for a very long time. So they actually have, and assuming that they're across all three different business units, right? Whether it's commercial, defense, or BGA or whatever. So they can actually provide that Honeywell the understanding of Honeywell key messaging and product solutions and positioning to help Jem and myself and Lincoln with the training.
Okay, okay.
That's how I see it lah. But I don't know whether or not they agree, because at the end of the day they don't know the APAC media as well, right? And they are
Yeah,
well versed in what US media is like, and US media has different nuances from APAC media. So in terms of actually conducting the training itself, Jem is still the best person to do it because he knows the APAC media well.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
Okay, that
but
makes sense. So
yeah.
I think it's not the priority whether they are coming or not, but for us to confirm, yeah, everything here. Then if they come, it's a bonus to us.
Yes, of course.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
Is there anything else that you wanted to update us?
Uh, no, but yeah, probably we can start to kickstart maybe Thai defense soon. Yeah, that's all.
Alice is like
And
yet another
well, the year is going to end.
one. We are in September, Alice.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I
The
know
last
it's
one.
always the challenge, the challenging for defense show. Yeah. Okay. But thank you so much for the great efforts. And then yeah, then maybe just need your help on Asian aviation monitoring. Not sure when he will come out that story. Yeah.
Okay, can. Did he say if he will be publishing on Asian Aviation or is it going to be at another publication? Did he say?
He says Asian aviation, but I'm not sure it's print or online. But
Okay.
he did ask for my address lah, just to send me. So
Okay.
so
Okay.
yeah,
Usually,
yeah. He did say it's September issue.
Oh, okay, can. We'll keep a lookout.
okay. Yeah, usually if he publishes it in print, he will publish it online also, usually lah.
Can, we will keep a lookout.
Then we'll find
Yeah.
Oh yeah, then we finally have coverage.
Yes, it has also been a quiet 2-3 months for us in APAC.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so I don't know if I told you, but global is chasing us and telling us that we need to share highlights, lowlights, blah blah blah. And then we are just like, not that we don't want to share, but your definition of highlights and lowlights is only only confirmed, media and coverage. And unfortunately, we don't have that. So unless they are willing to open up their criteria and parameters, but yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, but I can see some positive outcome upcoming with Go Direct Trade, MRO. Hopefully we can secure some good ones.
Yeah. The question is not whether or not you can see, we know you can see, it's whether or not they can see.
Yeah, once we secure it, I'll make sure they see.
Yeah, I think so. And thanks a lot.
Yeah, that's how we work together. Okay, one more thing. Because I went through the weekly call with Global, and then I can see that they have some very good media opportunities there.
Yeah.
Just wondering whether it's okay for us to request, like when they send out like coverage call out for the team, right? Can they include us as well so that we can also read the good news, so that we can gain some maybe idea or more product info? Yeah.
Actually, right. Just saying, you can also ask for the pitch notes and briefing books. I mean,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, but I'm more concerned about, because I know you all will definitely ask for briefing book when you all want to do something. Yeah, but it's more like their coverage, the result coverage, like what their top tier media write about Honeywell. Because sometimes I only get the information online only when they share it. Yeah, then from there only I get more idea on oh, that's Honeywell. Oh, we can say this. We should say this. Yeah. So I thought it would be good if they can also include the APAC team or even myself, like when they do the call out thing to Adam or Amanda. So at least everyone is updated with what Global is doing, and what's the result coverage. Yeah.
Okay. Can.
Okay. Thank you so much.
Thanks, Yvonne.
Okay, I know a lot of things pending from my side. I'll try to shoot you all once I get all the updates.
Thank
Okay,
you.
thank you.
Thank you so much for the effort. Have a good evening and
You too.
good Friday tomorrow.
Yes, have a long weekend.
No, I'll still be working from home. Okay, thank you. Okay, bye-bye. Take care.